All right, people. Let's get ready to rumble. Ooh, wee, baby. Let's get ready to rumble, people. It's about to get ugly. Y'all see the title, right? So, smoke hit me in the eye. What that title say? Hassan Campbell. I see you, Sinetta, Young Pharaoh, Sara Seti, Gillz, and that look-alike. I done told you before, I ain't no fool. As you know, today, when I talked about you, Young Pharaoh and Sara Seti, I said people were messing up saying that you suck Bambaata's dick. Because you never said that. So they can never verify it. What they have to do is say, well, you said other people then did a lot of stuff and Bambaata did a lot of sexual stuff to other people. You know, how that leave you out of the mix? Like you say, he done tested every gangster in Bronx. As you say, Ahmed Henderson told you that B.O., rest in peace, had his dick in Bam mouth and stuff. So, you know, at the end of the day, all they can do is insinuate that you did that, but they can't prove it because you never said you did. If you did, that would have been cold hard evidence and they can push it. And so when you take the look-alike Muslim dude, whatever his name, I seen this video, but I didn't pay too much attention to him and who he was. But yeah, he was saying a lot of, you was giving that oral sex to Bam and things of that nature. And I was like, here's another situation where people are not truly telling the story as the story that been told. Now, the story that been told on numerous platforms and stuff, and some things have been insinuated, because at first she was like, well, Bam just like to give oral sex. I told y'all. He like gobbling sperm, right? Then after Ron Savage was like, he thawed me, then all of a sudden you became a person that was thawed also. So, that's suspect. You never said he thawed you until after Ron said it. But I guess, like you said, them old memories was waking up, since this years later, you starting to realize, yeah, he did have a code word when he wanted you to come back and do that. Yeah, he did thaw people. You know, you're good at telling other people's stories and taking other people, narratives and stuff and weaving it into Hassan Campbell. You like a chameleon with that. So it's kind of hard to tell your story repeating what you said. Cause yeah, people imagination do run wild, kind of like when you was watching that child porn and you start talking about dude was trying to feed his manhood into that little 7-year-old girl mouth and how she was a pro at what she was doing because she like, move your hand, nigga, I got this. I'm a pro. I know what I'm doing. Remember when you were saying that? Now, you accuse people of saying because they said you was 13, you pretty much knew what was going on and you accepted and it kept going on with it till you was pretty much 18. Now, if you saying I'm misquoting you, that's fine. Maybe I am wrong. But I ask you this then. Could you give us an actual age when the dying and the oral sex on you stop? When Bambaataa stop sucking on you and thawing you? That's all you got to do. And then people will have a correct statement to make on it because you will be giving them the information that they need to make the statement. So if people out here in bogus telling your story bogus, then you should come back and iterate your story and tell people exactly what happened how it happened again, and refresh them. This is the 5th year anniversary of the stabbing that took place and the date rape that took place, and people don't even remember that because y'all covered it up with you coming out telling your goddamn story, which had holes plucked in it now and everything else. So if people fucking up the story, Hassan, my advice is just tell it to us afresh. Or are you gonna wait to sell it to us? You didn't sell it to us as first, but I guess since Star made money off of your story and Ron's story, Sonetta made money off of your story and Ron's story, Doggy Diamonds made money off of your story and Ron, Murder Music show and everything made money off of it and stuff, and you didn't really get no benefits from it. That you're gonna write the book and you're gonna do the TV show and everything else and tell your story and sell it to us now, right? Because you see capital in it and other people making capital in it. Use a capital nigga. In this capitalistic world, you after the money. As we see, once conscious speculation called a goddamn scam alert on you. Right? So now, people, if you don't know, go check him out. Let this capitalist ass nigga make some money. Go over there and look. He got a picture of a heavyset dude with a bald head. He got a little gray. He ain't got this much gray in his goatee portion of his beard. And I got gray over here, so he got a beard though, little gray hair. And he made up a video about her son, and he wasn't accurate in his video. I knew that was fucked up when it happened. Y'all know because I'm the gatekeeper to this narrative, right? So let's go on a little bit more. So as time goes on, he get this guy, he put it on there and try to portray him as me and saying that what he does, I does, right? Or what he did, I do. So you could tell that he's trying to really angle it at him because he was bringing up 25, 21 and all this different stuff. But his narrative on there was saying that guys that said that he was statutory rape, like a young man can't be statutory rape. Only young women can be statutory rape, right? Meaning that the young lady, though she young and can't consent to it legally, consents to having sex with an older person, male or female, right? Because, same gender, statutory rape do exist. We know because of Hassan, right? So that's how I always said it. So to set the record straight, hello. All right. So to set the record straight, he was molested, right? When he was younger, probably younger than 12 or 13 by some young lady. All right, now. Then one of his kinsmen, a male in his family got him. Now that's 2, right? Under the age of 12 or at 12 around that time. I'll say under the age and a little earlier, right? Hello. So time goes on. Then he say two females got him. Were they twins or not? I can't remember. So I'm not going to speculate and say nothing, right? But anyway, 2 girls got him. Now these are 4 incidents, quote unquote, before bam. So at this point, his preference is in question by me. You done had 3 young ladies and a man, or a young man. 3 young ladies, 1 young man. Now, the question is, in these interaction with these 4 individuals, which one stimulated him the most and which one did he prefer more? As far as I'm concerned, in hearing this story and following this narrative and this story, right? Simple as that. Before 12, before BAM, or before 13, before BAM, you had 3 encounters, sexual, with a young lady, a young man, 2 young ladies. Now, did they penetrate them, or did they just give them more, or what? The young ladies, they would have to tinkle with his anus to penetrate them, and they don't have organs, sexual organs to penetrate. Now, the young man could have penetrated. We don't know. But anyway, these are sexual encounters that he had before Bambaataa, as he tell it. If I'm lying on you, Hassan, just correct the narrative. If you correct the narrative and tell us something different, and it lines up with all the other stuff you said, then I tell the narrative correctly. That's it. All you got to do is correct the narrative. Don't get mad at people messing it up because you done said so many things and flipped it so many ways. We don't know. Even with the young man, you tell Dave Wedge that Ahmed Henderson was eating a sandwich. Then you came up with a theory and say the boy went in the kitchen while Ahmed was eating a sandwich, grabbed a knife and went back to the room and stabbed Bam. Now, if Ahmed was sitting down eating a sandwich and seen a young man get the knife, he would have been like, oh, what do you need the knife for? Then he go in the room and all of a sudden, Bam yelling and screaming. 9 out of 10, he probably like, damn, that nigga in there stabbing Bam. Let me go in there. And you say he was a black belt karate. He didn't go in there and go, ha! and smack him around and kick him and do all that kung fu. You know, shit. He didn't wax on and wax off the little nigga or whatever. Anyway, that hold too many connotations. So the wax on, wax off, let's strike that out the conversation. But anyway, you know, and Bam, strong, big dude, strong. He see this little nigga walking there with a knife, and he don't say, Ahmed, when he come in with the knife. I mean, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, Hassan. But anyway, you fucked that story up plenty of times, and you to mess your own story up plenty of times. I can't use that much profanity. I'm around elderly people in the town, right? So, you know, if people ain't getting your story right, that's because you're not making sure people got your story right. You're not telling it right. You're not doing a proper job of relaying the message. You know, like when you're talking about Pharaoh, when you're talking about young Pharaoh, when you talk, you're very, you know, your oral skills is great. See, I can't even speak that good, but when you speak about other people, I mean, damn boy, shit, nigga, you ought to go work for Star. You ought to go get on the Star Chamber, the Star Reporter, go over to the Snitch Network. You should work for a major network. But when it comes to this Bam thing, you just fuck the story up every time. So all you got to do, Hassan, is tell us when Bam stopped dying you and sucking on you. That's all you got to do. Is that hard to do? You don't remember when it all stopped? Well, let me ask you this. Did it continue after you got out of jail at 18? Because that's what people really like. Hold up, Hassan. If you say 12 and 13 to 18, pretty much, I'm going to say that because I got the audio. All you're going to do is make me go through the old videos, mess around, hear something else, and bring that out. But I will go through them again because I have no problem. I'm fixated with you. You know what I'm saying? I want to destroy you on this internet. So I have no problem going over those audios again. You told it to Star. So if anybody want to do it, you go to the Star in the Morning, Star Chamber, whatever his channel called now. Go listen to, type in Hassan Campbell or type in Bambaataa. Go to Hassan 1, Hassan 2. And one of them, Star asks him the question, when did it stop? And he said, right before I went to jail. And he said he went to jail at 18. Unless he's saying right before he went to jail the second or third time, and it was longer than 18. You have to correct those things in your narrative. Hassan. You have to do that. That's all you got to do. That's all we ask. We didn't ask you to tell us the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And you haven't done that because you in court. We holding trial over YouTube. You feel me? What up? What up now? So, just that simple. So, like you say, just keep it 100 with us. Oh, no, you don't say keep it 100. You say keep it all the way funky. Just keep it all the way funky with us, man. Like brass monkey, that funky monkey, monkey, doom, doom, doom. You know, on some, since you hip hop, I like, I like hip hop slang and different things, and certain things make me reflect back to certain lyrics and stuff. So just keep it brass monkey, baby. Do they even make brass monkey anymore? Do y'all even know what brass monkey is? Some of y'all probably too young. You don't know the song, nor do you know the drink itself. But I'm just saying that's what we talking about, Hassan. You done came out here with your story and you ain't kept it right. So now, like I said, I see you and Sadnetta. I see y'all teaming up again. He came over the other day trying to beg me off for you for the 50th time or whatever it is. I can't even keep count of it. Oh, you and Hassan need to piece it up and y'all. And when he was really trying to get it to stop before the new year. But shit, we 4 months into this year. It must be frustrating for him. But I know the day that he told you, well, couldn't you just leave his mother out of it? And you was like, see, that's why I don't want to dig the bitch up and this and that. And he threw his hands up like, shit, this motherfucker. Man, I'm trying to get you to piece it up with Israel and get Israel to piece it up with you and stuff. And you go and talk about the man mother again. I can even show you. I got audio with, I told Sadnetta, and he even talked about with me. I got the audio. I was like, no, Sadnetta, let that nigga go in because you should have stopped him. You should have braced yourself that when you asked that question and he started trying to go in, you would have saved all of this other stuff going down if you would have said, oh shit, he about to diss his mother again. Stop, stop, stop. Don't do that, man. Don't do that on my show. If you not gonna stop, at least don't do that shit on my show. You know what I'm saying? What up, man? Simple as that. But you didn't stop him. That's why I text you and told you, Sadnetta. If you don't know his son, I text him. I said, no, let him go on in. Because all that nigga doing is digging him a grave. A YouTube grave. As Gillz said, nigga, I'm going to catch this YouTube body. I'm going to catch this YouTube body. Nigga, you're going down. You're going down, my nigga. So anyway. So I see you inside Netta. I see he done gave you one of his mercenaries, Michael Elvis, the nigga that was talking about your son had titties and you would be the first one to the Vin Bambada if somebody touch him, aka that boy. See, Michael over there snitching on you on the low. Anybody that analyze, like you like to say, let's analyze it, right? For them to say, you trying to get her son to snitch on himself. Well, what is a snitch? Especially when you snitching on yourself. I'm gonna tell you a story about one of my partners, right? Like I said, back in the 90s, smoking weed, doing stuff, I was wilding, but I was coming into the word of God. So I bought this DMX tape, right? I think it's flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. All my niggas get down like what? I had that. I believe that was the one. It was either that one or the one with just the X on the front that was great. One of them. And I was listening to it. And I used to have that mentality. I used to say to myself, I was going to start robbing niggas and stuff. But I was like, nah, that's too much bang, bang, shoot them up. And I really kill a nigga and stuff. So I ain't trying to have that, robbing nigga mentality and stuff. But I was thinking about that in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm listening, and it was feeding that spirit in me to do something wicked. You know, when I listen to my Tupac and different stuff, I get that wanna F somebody up mentality, you know what I'm saying? Back then, you smoke a blunt, listen to some of that, and you be ready to tear the world up, you know what I'm saying? Whew. Anyway, I'm like, I don't need this shit. I had came down here to chill for the summer or something, or a visit. I was like, man, I don't need this shit. I'm finna destroy this CD. And my partner was like, nah, man, don't destroy it. Give it to me. Give it to me. I'm like, man, you don't need this shit. Because I was telling them Bible stuff too and trying to get them on the Bible stuff. But then I was, you know, I'm in between the two. So I'm like, nah, man, you don't need this shit, man. This shit is wicked, man. You don't need this shit. It's feeding something in my spirit, right? But he talked me into it. I said, fuck it, huh? Here you go. And he got my Roots of Strategy book. This nigga was working at the liquor store. He done set it up with some of his partners and cousins to rob the liquor store. So they robbed the liquor store. He working there and he acting like ain't shit happening. Shit, they robbed the liquor store. Get away with it. Then all of a sudden, something come up over the money and stuff, and they start telling on each other. Now, my partner who worked there, he still scot-free. His daddy talked to him, though. Just funny shit, right? His daddy talked to him. Start fucking with his nerves and, you know, mentality and shit. Because remember, we talking the Bible and stuff too and being righteous and stuff. So his daddy, you know, old school church dude and stuff, started talking to him. He done passed the polygram test, all of that. But his daddy play on his subconscious enough, this nigga go tell on himself. Yeah, I robbed it. Yeah, I was with them, all of that. Nigga, you went told on yourself. I said, oh shit, nigga, that's so. I guess it was too heavy of a burden with your daddy talking to you. Now that's called snitching on yourself. You done got away with the crime. Only person know that you did it is yourself, and you tell it on yourself. You turn around and tell on yourself. So let's look at Michael snitch on you by making a statement. You're trying to get him to snitch on himself. You know what that means? Michael know or believe that you killed the boy. And that if you start talking about it and tell what happened and different stuff, that you're going to tell people that you killed the boy. That's all that statement mean, that you trying to get him to snitch on himself. I ain't trying to get you to snitch on yourself, Poppy. I just want you to clear your conscience of what you did. It has to be a burden on you. Remember, God put you in this position. Allah put you in this position, you say, to clean this message up, this mess up, to put the proper message out there and to end what was going on in Bronx River for so many years until God laid it on you in your heart. After you put that video up, after you drunk all those spirits, that liquid courage, them spirits gave you the strength to tell somebody, anybody that will watch your video, that Bambaataa was a pedophile, pederast, sexing little boys. You said God put that on your spirit even when you was fighting it. So I'm trying to be a good friend and help you get this off of your spirit, man. You know what I'm saying? So you can get in a better place, so you can help your son with the titties and stuff. So you can have a better father-son relationship and he don't have to go through his life confused about his sexual orientation and stuff. You got a lot of work to do, man. And you saying God has anointed you and worked with you to bring you through this. It's hell. Think about it. You like Paul on the road to Damascus, Damascus, my nigga. You need to repent. And when you repent, confess your sins. And when you confess your sins, he's faithful to forgive you. I don't know what they tell you in Islam, But whatever it is, do that. But I know that if you claim that you as righteous as you are, you should want to clean this thing up. That's why Pharaoh and Seti is dissing Islam and Allah and dissing Hebrew Israelitism and in the Bible and stuff, because they don't believe that one that has been walking a foul path in life and doing foul stuff can change his ways and repent, accept the consequences that go with it. Like David, you know, King David, he committed adultery, murdered a man and stuff, probably like you, and he repented to the Lord. Now, you still got to reap what you sow, but those things will be forgiven you, bro. And whatever you feel that the afterlife is for a Muslim or whatever you really say you are, then you can end up in that paradise or whatever, and you ain't got to end up in bullshit world, whatever that is, the lake of fire or someplace, whatever the fuck afterlife for wicked people is, from your perspective. Because you say you believe in God, you say He anointed you and shit to do this. So are you gonna keep fighting them, or are you gonna give in and really tell the truth and set shit right? Remember, I'm not trying to get you to snitch on yourself. My whole thing is get you to take Bambata down. And if you have to suffer a little bit through the shit, imagine how many people, how many of your brothers then died because Bambata fucking molested them. And they went crazy and they didn't kill people and locked up in jail and all of this. Hey, you got to wait on your word, bro. You got to deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the one that had you birthed into this world. God opened the womb. And the womb He opened happened to be in Bronx River. I'm not your father that left you and abandoned you so Bambata could do that shit to you. I'm not your mother that let you free to roam over there and shit. So don't get mad at me. I'm just a nigga that got a little message like Hassan. You can live through this shit. You know what I'm saying? You can make it through it, but you got to do what's right. You got to come out and tell everything that need to be told. What if you tell it to the FBI, tell it to us on the internet, wherever you tell it? You got to tell it where it can affect all those years. Damn near as long as you've been in the world, you 41, and he been molesting for damn near as long as the Zulu nation been in existence, 45, 46 years. And you don't want to stop this monster, this beast that everybody else, BO and everybody allowed to run free in fucking New York City, overseas and stuff, fucking over the children. What the fuck is wrong with you? And then you talking about, you know, the cowards and shit, and I can throw these and do this and shit. Come on, my nigga. Anybody, as you say, that analyze that shit, know that you're talking about you. You are the fucking coward. You say, nigga, I ain't worried about shit. I'm ready to die. But you don't want them Zulus and shit to run up on you. You saying to yourself, I got children. I want to be here for my children and raise them and stuff. Nigga, if you do it right, if they kill you, your children will be like, nigga, you a martyr and you stood up for something. And then maybe they'll have some courage no matter what goes on to tell if somebody touched them, if something this and that and whatever else. Like Martin fucking Luther King children and Malcolm X children and shit, nigga. You could be one of them type of niggas, maybe, if you did what the fuck was right. If not, you're gonna be a lame ass nigga that get clowned over YouTube by every YouTuber that start looking and saying, yeah, this a lame ass nigga, and this nigga playing jokes with this shit. This nigga letting Bambata be free and shit. But these other niggas say they love you, they care for you, but they ain't trying to tell you, Hassan, stand the fuck up, man, the fuck up, nigga. Drop your balls on Bambata, nigga. Show us that you the man and shit. You a real killer and this and that and everything else, and you that fucking gangster, but you won't take Bambata out? You didn't fucking kill him? You wasn't man enough to do that because you said Stockholm and shit. Then you say you out of Stockholm. Now you're back in Stockholm, and nigga, we don't know to trust you. You're lukewarm, my nigga. You either be hot or cold. Shut the fuck up. Don't talk about it no more. Act like Mambata never fucking molest you. Don't be trying to act like you's a fucking advocate for molestation. Just talk shit about 50 Cent and 69 and all them motherfuckers and just talk about that shit. Don't act like you an advocate for molestation. Because there's nowhere in the world you can convince people that when Bambata molested that boy, raped that boy, and he stabbed him, and that nigga told you he wanted you to kill him, that at that point, you was some brave motherfucker. No, my nigga. You probably was so cowardice and weak that you killed the boy. And if you didn't want to speak up about it. When you came out, you didn't come out speaking what happened to that boy. It took you a while till you got on Queen's Flip and you thought you was with some street entertaining ass channel, and you was like, oh nigga, I'm gangster. I'm so gangster. Bam came to me and said, I want you to kill the boy. Not no. That was a fucked up thing. And a person like me will hear it and magnify that shit all over YouTube. That Bam wanted you to kill the boy. And you never came out and said I didn't kill him. You didn't say, I know I was one of the soldiers who was supposed to hit him, but you know, I didn't hit him. I just tore up the picture and threw it away and forgot all about it. I was too afraid to tell the police or whatever. I don't know what happened to him after that, but I know I didn't kill him. I ain't, but you never thought to say that. Why? Because it's probably not true that you never thought to kill him or that you didn't carry out the mission or whatever. And then if you in your back of your head, you knew somebody else did it, you weren't gonna talk about that. But the criminal mind like to tell on itself. You indicated to me because, well, I could say Conscious Speculation caught it too because he dropped the video before I spoke on it, and that's why I snapped on him that day. I'm like, damn, nigga, you let the Achilles heel of this nigga get loose. If we could have got him to talk about that boy and this and that, not knowing that we'd heard or seen the Queen's Flip thing, then we could have caught you telling on yourself. But you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Now we got to deal with it from this perspective. Now, young Pharaoh and Sara, Suten, Seti, Gillz, and you. Let's deal with this, people. Hassan channel, they got 60,000 viewers, subscribers, came on. He went to war with Gillz. Gillz went to war with him. How did it start? Hassan speaks on young Pharaoh and Sara, Suten, Seti. Now, things in life is sometimes coincidental. You know what I'm saying? I hollered at one of my partners today, and he was like, yeah, man, I'm doing this and that. And it's this dude from parking. So he know you. What? Yeah. Oh, shit. What this nigga from parking doing around you? I tell people, niggas from parking might be right in your backyard. You don't know. Maybe a little older than me, maybe a little younger than me. But everybody in the left parking, they all over the United States of America. Anyway, I'm like, oh shit, that's some coincidence shit like a motherfucker. All right. So there is such things as coincidence in the world. But I don't see the coincidence with his channel coming back on. Pharaoh them launch an attack on Farrakhan, and he already been launching an attack on Farrakhan. And now all this stuff just happened to merge together with 16,000 viewers, subscribers, available to watch live streams and conversation about this. Seemed like a pretty good time. It's great time and not a coincidence. So Gillz just asked you a basic question. Why you attack him? Now he ain't attack you now time since he went over there and talked to Sonetta. I tried to boost up the fight and like, so you gonna let Kev Gill, nigga, you letting your intimacy get away with going to talk to Sonetta, turning sides on you, and you ain't gonna say nothing about it? You didn't say one fucking mumbling word. Not one. Until that goddamn channel turned back on. That's coincidence? I don't see it. Nah. You can't spit in my face and tell me it was rain or that a bird shitted. Nigga, I seen that shit come out your mouth. I know where this shit on my face come from. So, you know, I took advantage of it, went over there fucking with Kev Gill to push the narrative and keep it and try to make sure that he was, you know, really into this and really about to get it in, since he was finna jump in the narrative and start messing with the narrative and talking about all the different stuff, right? Which he hadn't did yet. He wouldn't attack you. You wouldn't attack him. But now all of a sudden, them 16,000 subscribers turn on and it's going to war. I'm going to war with young Pharaoh and Sara, Suten, Seti, and Kev Gillz, the three-headed monster over there. That shit is not coincidental to me, man. Because you was already fucking with Kev Gill. Kev Gill's pretty much fucking with Sonetta, ready to go be a MC at the thing, come out and tell some jokes and shit at the Apollo, which we know wasn't no Apollo, but you know, for what the story was worth, he was about to go and have his showtime at the Apollo moment. He might even end up dressing up like the Sandman and pulling people off the stage and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just in case somebody had a Kanye moment and say, yeah, Polite represent RBG good, but Seti rep RGB the best. Or some Taylor Swift, Kanye West moment at the Apollo or something. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he was playing with it. Sonetta was playing with it. But him and Sonetta was cool. You know how people used to get on me, all that nigga going over to Sonetta's. I told y'all, nigga, I go on any of these platforms. You know what I'm saying? The only one I didn't go to or would mess with is Basim. Why? Because he's not really black. I couldn't even really consider him my brother like that. And he's not righteous and he's not doing the work of my father. So I can't even give him salvation or bring him into the commonwealth. You see what I'm saying? But the rest of y'all black, y'all Israel or whatever. You know, eventually we gonna fight like brothers fight, cousin and family fight, but we should eventually get the shit back together. You know what I'm saying? We really got common enemies, like a Basim that, you know, Seti and Pharaoh and even Sonetta and them dealt with. Joel Benjamin, all of that. All these niggas that slept with the pale Arab. Woo, all these niggas that slept with the pale Arab, you know, who I truly believe is a Navy, and what how you say it, naval intelligence. I really believe that. But anyway, so you start this war when your channel come back on. Pharaoh, Seti, they ain't gonna engage you at first. They ain't gonna engage you just like Kel didn't want to engage you at first, but you know, Kel, they man, he once was your man, Sonetta man. You see how all this shit still House of Consciousness stuff? You know, Sonetta then created Sonetta World. He created House of Conscious Community, Sonetta TV, Black News. He created this world. And he's a master manipulator in this world. As long as you're in the conscious community around it, this, that, and the other, he controlled every player in there except me. I'm the problem in the conscious community. In the House of Conscious, to them Hebrew niggas that's like, we didn't know you was in the House of Consciousness. You gotta did debates in the House of Conscious, open up the House of Conscious Atlanta, this, that, and the, nigga, I'm one of the most historical niggas in the House of Conscious. What the fuck you talking about? I'm been everything that go on in there. Shit, nigga, I've been Achilles heel fucking it up and everything. Nigga, anything that go on with the House of Conscience, I run that shit too. The only person got more power than me in the House of Conscience is Sonetta. Once upon a time, polite, but he done scammed and robbed and ran overseas and shit. I'm the strongest nigga in the House of Conscience. When I talk, nigga, is E.F. Hutton. Them motherfuckers listen. Carl, you don't play right. You know what I'm saying? You hit too hard. You throwing the ball too hard. You too aggressive, nigga. Your conversation too real. That's why they don't mess with me like that, because they know they got to step their game up and really talk about liberating the people and doing righteous stuff and doing real stuff. So when you got somebody like that's like trying to keep Michael Jordan out of the league. Yeah, kill his daddy, do whatever you need to do. Make that nigga retire. Nigga, I'm trying to get a ring. Every year I go to the finals, I meet these goddamn Bulls and they taking the goddamn ball game, and then they going and win the championship every year. This nigga in the championship, he winning. The only time we get something is when that nigga was retired and won in basketball condition. You know, 4'5" Jordan, not 23 Jordan. So that's the way it is. Niggas in the House of Conscience can't shine, look good and shit if I'm around. Why you think they stopped debating? Because I was angling in on them. Sankofa, come here, let's debate. I get $1,000. Lord Albert, come here. Woo, 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 this and that. Eventually debated Dr. Mayat. Oh, he whooped, he beat us. Woo, this nigga, he got a conversation we can't deal with. It's too real. The Hebrew Israelites paradigm is dead if this nigga come in the House of Conscience. If he get to be an Israelite nationalist, come over here with that Israelite nationalist shit, he gonna kill everything. Why you think Roy Bay was over there talking about ecclesiastical principalities? Well, you hear that at first. I'm the nigga that talk about ecclesiastical principalities. Small paradigm. Though the Moors deal with it in a sense too. They know about it, but they ain't never talked about it over there. But this Israelite nationalist, nigga, I'm murdering, killing, murking. 16 in the head. Now, you know he's dead. You know what I'm saying? It's not a game over here. Though I talk stupid and ignorant sometimes, can't get words out, fuck up a good sentence when I'm trying to read and stuff. Them niggas like, you better not sleep on that nigga. That nigga is deadly when he get in debate mode and when he get in confrontational mode. That nigga a whole nother beast. He even read better. He talk better. Shit just end up being better. Cause I'm in competitive mode. So, yes, I run the House of Conscience. Sorry to let y'all know. I adjusted all of them over there, and they adjusted you all. They still trying to adjust you all and bring y'all back into the story and everything that they want y'all in. You know, if you know about the Adjustment Bureau, you know, they had y'all in this direction. I adjusted you all and adjusted them, and now they working hard to get y'all back on the path that they laid for you in the beginning. Truly. So now, just like when I went fuck with Gillz to see if he was gonna keep it 100 going at this nigga Hassan, or seeing if they was playing it to get views and stuff with the drama. That's what I'm doing to Seti and Pharaoh now. At this very moment and earlier in that video. If y'all really want to get it in with Hassan now, or at least Hassan, then you gotta know his story. Like, he know young Pharaoh's story. He know Pharaoh came to the House of Consciousness with Nature Boy sat on the couch with the little heavy set girl that people was trying to diss and all of that and everything. You know, that's before he had the young tenderonis and stuff that he got now and stuff, you know. She's a sweet little girl. You know what I'm saying? Some of that Bobby Brown stuff, right? Yeah, before he got his baby mama and all of that and stuff, you know, him, Nature Boy, whatever. Maybe she was Nature Boy girl. We don't know. We just know they popped up beside Netta with an old girl. Niggas was trying to diss because she was, you know, she was a Sister Big Bone, right? So you know that. I know you know that. I know you know about the whole meta debate thing and all of that stuff. We know you know young Pharaoh's story. We know that you seen Seti doing his bang on the beast and stuff. You was in the conscious community. You watched them pretty much. We know you know about this community before you was introduced to it by Star. We know. We seen you at the Kimmon on trial with the Zulu shirt on. 2015, my nigga. A year before you said you weren't a part of it no more. So Seti and Pharaoh have to study this nigga and study his story if they gonna check him, how he's a hypocrite in the community and how he ain't took down Bambaataa and stuff. And they have to capitalize on the bullshit that he's been doing in the community. How he said Sinetta set him up to kill him. How he talked about people mama, but then he's saying, you know, this, that, and the other stuff. And I'm gonna tell you this, Hassan, and this real deal Holyfield. You shouldn't have did that shit and talking about don't talk about your daughter. Nigga, that's child exploitation, nigga. You did just like Sinetta. You did just like Polite. You did just like Tommy. You don't put your fucking children, just like you told Tommy Sotomayor about his daughter and True Freeman and all of that. You don't put your fucking children on camera and exploit them in that way, nigga. See, niggas in this community is not listening and watching your bitch ass. I watch you. You did that, nigga, to exploit your daughter and damn near dared anybody to talk about it. That was some bitch ass nigga shit, Hassan. Why that's on my mind? I'm gonna express that to you. That was some real bitch ass nigga shit, nigga. To exploit your daughter in that way, nigga. Like you call yourself checking Tommy Sotomayor and saying you got enemies out here and shit, nigga. I would not go with your daughter. I'm not that fucking ruthless and fucked up in my heart to do no wicked shit like that. But I'm gonna tell you that was some wicked shit you did, my nigga. Exploiting your daughter like that and putting her in front of that camera so these wicked motherfuckers could do some wicked shit in that way, and you could try to use that as an excuse. That was some wicked shit, my nigga. That shit just hit my mind. I bit meant to make a video and talk about that shit. That was some wicked shit, my nigga. Damn, you use a low down bastard with that one. Use a low down bastard with that one. I'm gonna tell you that. That's real deal. You do not do no shit like that. But you did that, my nigga. You did that. And everybody in this community watched that, nigga. They ain't man and woman enough and got enough animosity with you to tell your ass about yourself. But I'm gonna tell you about yourself tonight, motherfucker. You was wicked for that. You was wicked for that. Satan, that you was sleeping with the jinn, nigga. That was some wicked shit. To stoop that fucking low. That was some wicked shit, my nigga. But let's get back to the other shit. I gotta puff this black a little bit. I really want to say some more shit about that, but we'll leave that alone. Cause that's what that nigga was setting that shit up, trying to really get somebody to do some shit so he can play on that a little bit. So we're gonna puff on this black and take a little intermission break. Let that one marinate on y'all mind. Boy, either you don't know. What's the three things on Menace to Society? Don't know, don't care, just don't want to show what goes on with this nigga trying to exploit the minds of the people. See, people, it's a thing where people relate to people on different levels. See, like me, I'm intelligent enough to know that I'm just gonna tell the story, but I ain't trying to use it for no sympathy shit, right? Because some people know the story and y'all know I don't talk about it that much. My mother died of breast cancer, big ass shit on her chest and everything. You don't Even when the shit happened, I didn't go around telling people my mother passed, this, that, and all some sorry shit, because people that have people die with breast cancer and shit probably would have felt me and I could have robbed their ass like niggas do in the community. You know what I'm saying? I'm down here, my mother died, I ain't worked in 3 years, I need some money, send me some money and all of that shit. Nigga, I didn't do that. I survived them years, and yes, I had some helps from some sisters and everything, but you best believe I told them I ain't asking for nothing. I don't, you know, if you gonna give it, cool. And it wasn't even publicized all over the internet and shit. But it's a victim entanglement. You know what I'm saying? It's like you went through trauma, I went through trauma, and we can relate through this trauma like black people do. All of us ancestors was in slavery, so we be like, nigga, we was we was victims of slavery, and this is what they did to our parents and grandparents and hung them in trees and everything. We all got that PTS. So when we speak about it and do this and that, people from Africa and every place else be like, what's the matter with those blacks or niggers or colors or whatever? Why they so mad, and why they? Because we can relate. We feel the struggle amongst each other. But that's what Hassan do to y'all. When he always talking about, oh, the projects, buildings, and this, and I had to fight when I grew up. Nigga, what nigga ain't live the hood life? Only the ones in the suburbs. You see what I'm saying? I Roxanne's son Tate. Nigga, I almost cried. She was basically molested. 16 with an old ass nigga got her pregnant and stuff. Nigga, that's molestation. She wasn't legal age, consent. I watched that movie and damn near cried. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's a victim thing. It's like, nigga, can you feel my pain? Come share it with me. Like that Star Trek sample that Tupac put. You know what I'm saying? Feel my pain. Come share it with me. I can't remember exactly how it go, but you share these ties with people because y'all been victimized and traumatized. New York do it with 9/11. Fighter fighters do it. We lost a lot of firefighters, this, that, and the other. And you can activate other victims that can relate to you being victimized. And we as a people been victimized. Sinetta done played it on us. Polite done played it on. Seti done played it on them. Pharaoh played it on them. That nigga got famous on motherfucking YouTube by using Sandra Bland fucking name. That's what he called himself on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, Facebook. He's Sandra Bland. Nigga, you ain't Sandra Bland. What you doing using that woman's goddamn name for? So this is victim ties and stuff. They play on your pain. And they get you to get emotional and sensitive and all this, and then they bring you into their world. Hit you with that YouTube Molly and fuck you up, because now you feel like, ooh, ooh, rubbing your titties and shit. You all into it. Hit you with that YouTube X. Take some of the YouTube X pills or Mollies, and then they finger fuck you and fuck you over. Playing on your emotions and your pain. They don't tell you how to get out of it. They don't tell you this and that. They get you into all of that shit. Then they tell you, if you fuck with me, I could get you out of this shit. Now, just buy this sovereign plan. Just do that. That's how they scheme your ass. Same way. That's why I said the other day, flattery of the tongue. Oh, you so beautiful, girl. Oh, you this and that. Woo, 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 woo. Let me take you out. This, that. Next thing you know, nigga done fuck you. You a single mother now. You got pregnant. On your first time, you was a virgin. You didn't have a good experience with the nigga because he didn't want to do nothing but get a nut off, so he make sure that you got what you needed. And now you a single mother some damn well with a child with a fucked up first time sexual experience. Now you want to be gay. Now you want to lick on girls and let girls lick on you. We all know about the struggles and the pains in the fucking ghettos and black communities of America and shit. Why the fuck you keep pondering on that shit? Tell people how to get the fuck out of it. Give them a fucking escape route. But they use that to tear at y'all motherfucking souls and get that money out your pocket and shit. That's why this nigga don't do that to y'all. That's why y'all don't fuck with me, because I don't be like, let me share your pain and come over here and have a fucking pity party with me. Yay, we been treated bad. We Hebrew Israelites cause of Deuteronomy 28. Yay. No, I ain't the nigga to kick that shit to you. I ain't trying to sell you that. I ain't trying to massage that bullshit. But that's it, people. If Pharaoh and Seti don't analyze this nigga and his situation and the shit that he been talking about and really put a fucking nail in his coffin, because they get 50,000 to 100,000 views. Everybody in the community know about Hassan because they heard him arguing with Tommy Sotomayor, whose viewers is pretty much young Pharaoh, them viewers, and Sidnetta, me, everybody in the goddamn sector, black sector community, from little channels to big channels, then heard and tried to chime in on this. Now you got Sara, Suten, Seti, and young Pharaoh, who got great numbers. Now, if they don't talk about this shit in the right way and fuck this nigga off and take this nigga out the game, then they just in this shit to share views and drama, share drama and views, and keep each other channel popping, going back and forth. This is a little better than fucking with Farrakhan, cause fucking with the Nation of Islam, them niggas might turn up for real and do some shit to you. Well, you know, if you say Poppy, we gonna do this shit, you know Poppy ain't finna turn up and do nothing. He had an opportunity to get Sidnetta with all that rah-rah shit and he ain't do nothing. Now, I admit Sidnetta saying, well, I got a gun and I'm gonna pop your ass and I'm just gonna go to court and say I was defending myself and they get me for the gun, would make a nigga think about keep talking and about to run up on him. You know, if you a coward ass nigga, you say, well, he might shoot me. I ain't fucking with Sidnetta. So I understand why you back down from him. I don't understand why you fucking with him and Michael Edwards, but I understand why you like, I ain't gonna run up on that nigga unless I had to shoot him and stuff. But yeah, y'all. I mean, you couldn't give me 10,000 viewers and let me sit on this motherfucker and tear down her son and break his ass down. That's why Tommy, the bitch he is, start tripping on me. Cause I'm like, Tommy, just talk about what happened to the boy. You will murder this nigga. You'll have everybody that listen to you saying, hold up, Hassan probably killed that boy. They got raped and stabbed Bambata. You telling me this nigga probably killed them? And then you would have had all the Soto Nation bagging Tommy, asking what happened to that boy. That shit would have destroyed him. Tommy, he didn't want to do it. Because he knew his platform was big enough and strong enough to do it. Now, if Seti and Pharaoh don't do it, and they platforms is that big and strong enough to do it, and seeing that Michael Edwards and Sidnetta and them is doing that, and Michael Edwards trying to bang on them too, that they wouldn't tear down the HOK now, because Hassan is a part of the fucking HOK, that they wouldn't tear down the HOK now with this fucking Achilles, well, we gonna call it the Hassan kill, the Hassan heel. Then these niggas bullshitting on the internet and they doing this shit to keep that BIE shit up and put a certain climate in this community to get y'all locked up in the belly of the beast. So you got 56,000 viewers, 100,000 viewers, just like all of y'all could have used those viewers to take Bambata ass down. If Hassan would have came with the proper story and talked about Bambata tried to kill that boy and all of that up front when y'all did the news conference, this shit could be over with. But niggas don't want this shit over with. Because in the masonry world, they'll whoop one of their own, but they won't take them out unless they just do something too bad. But if they do something and they don't agree with it, they'll whoop them. That's what happened to Russell Simmons and other people. They getting a whooping. They getting a whooping. They ain't gonna take them out because they They their pawns and they're still using them, but they'll whoop them. And all this shit to Bambaataa was a whooping. Just like they did Bill Cosby. Did they kill Bill Cosby? No. But they giving them a whooping, right? Well, that's what they do. And all this stuff was a good whooping to Bambaataa because they don't look to really lock him up or really have nothing done to him. It was just a whooping. Well, we gonna inform them that he is a child molester. Now, if y'all stupid enough to take your children around him, then they need molesting, is basically what they saying. We gave you public notice that he's a pedophile. We had it all over the internet for a second. But yeah, y'all didn't make him sign up for Megan's Law, where he had to go register as a child offender, and wherever he go in the United States or overseas, he had to let them know and tell them, I'm gonna be here before I get there. So the people can watch him and make sure, well, he's a child molester. Let's make sure he don't touch no children. Keep the children away from him. Go check out Megan's Law. So I don't appreciate y'all bringing this shit in the community and whooping Bam over YouTube and really not trying to deal with the situation. You should have never brought it in the fucking community, because some of us are real niggas over here. Some of us hear this shit and it really affects our fucking psyche and how we feel about child molestation and shit. And we felt that pain. We felt them lies and stuff. We felt her son pain. But me, myself, I feel that boy pain more than anything. They done scared him or killed him to the point where he don't even want to talk no more. Let them tell it. He's scared to talk and shit. Why? Because he probably didn't even know they was trying to kill him. But then her son say, well, it was a hit out on him. What the fuck? Come on, did you kill him or not? Why you just telling us later on about this shit? Why we didn't get it from the jump? People, this is bullshit. And we as a people is sitting right here watching this shit in real fucking time. This is reality fucking YouTube, TV, or whatever you want to call it. In real fucking time, we watching this shit go on. Motherfuckers telling us a nigga was Chester the child molester, the fucking candy man in the neighborhood, fucking all the young boys, thotting their ass, sucking their dick and shit for years, having orgies and shit, turning them on with porn, other boys and books and shit. And we as a community didn't do shit about it, can't do shit about it as black people. If this was white people, as Hassan like to say, and you brought that shit to them, they'll probably all get together, go kill that motherfucker and make him disappear. And then you will just talk about what happened once upon a time. Like oh, it's a nigga that did something. Well, we're gonna go hang his ass up tonight. Get the sheets and shit. We're going picnicking tonight. And none of you motherfuckers in Bronx Rivers had the nerves to take fucking Bambaataa out to do something about the shit. I tell you, this should be the only fucking incident like this ever in the black community. Because if it happened in other communities, man, it's like, that's fucked up. But this like Bronx River Project is the project, their legacy is they let a child molester run around for years. Fucking generation and brother after brother after brother. If it's 4 brothers, he fucked that brother, that brother, that brother, and that brother. In every household is 3 brothers he fucked up. That's how Hassan telling the shit. This shit is like, man, no other place in America would that shit have went on. That's why they showed you Freddie. Them white folks in that movie. Them white folks found out Freddie was touching their kids. They chased that motherfucker to that building and burnt them up. And you bring a story like that to YouTube and tell the whole world that Bambaataa did this shit, and you still ain't trying to get them prosecuted and shit? Get the fuck out of here, y'all. And then now these 2 powerhouse YouTubers, RBG, Revolution but Gangster and shit, niggas. If y'all don't take this nigga out and play games with this nigga and don't go into the what happened to that boy and shit, You motherfuckers is played yourself. And you gonna go down in history as some fuck boys that played along with Sotinetta in this fucking game. Y'all gonna be worse than Polite. Cause Polite done fucked over the community. But now y'all trying to fuck over the community to get views by beefing with her son, but not trying to take her son out. That's how I'm gonna write the narrative. Cause I'm right-handed. That's how I'm gonna write it or type it. That you played with that nigga for views. Now, if that's how you want the story to go, then commit to creating a story, nigga. Y'all see a narrative once again, my people. A narrative is not a story. It's somewhat of a story, but it's not a story. A narrative is something that we all participate in. See, my story is I was born April 18th, 1977, in such and such hospital to this woman and this man created in part. That's my story. But a narrative is something that we all are a part of, and all of us affects the narrative. So now when it comes to this Hassan and Bambaataa narrative in the community, everybody that comes into the narrative, they play a role. They either here to take Hassan and Bambaataa out, or they here to allow them to live and just take a spanking. And so now you watch how everybody affect the narrative. So in this narrative, I'm the nigga that's been trying to take his head off, and everybody else has been sentimental. Like I said, I'm the nigga that's known for jumping on a victim of pederasty, child molestation, Africa Bambaataa. Just trying to shame them in the community, trying to make them look bad. You know, saying this story ain't true, which I say it's true, but I'm just putting it in a proper perspective that it was what's the term? I can't think. Unconsensual sex because he was under the age. So what's that called? Damn, I can't think of the name. It's child molestation, but it's a form of child molestation. What's the term? Let me look in the chat. Maybe somebody can help me out. It's what the fuck? What's the term? Help me out with the term. I've been saying this shit. Damn, I can't think of the term. Statutory rape. Yes, statutory. Thank you. It's statutory rape. Because it was consensual, but it was not supposed to be consensual. You see what I'm saying? So I said it was statutory because the nigga got confused with himself. He had the sexual encounter with a young girl. About 10 years, at 10 years old, my thing was getting hard. I was watching porn. 9, I started watching. 10 years old, I probably was jacking that motherfucker real good. You know what I'm saying? At some point, I bust my first nut, and I had to talk to my mom about that shit. Like, hey, some shit came out of there. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? But so you know, he had a sexual encounter. The little wing got hard with the little girl or whatever. Maybe it didn't, but it was a sexual encounter. If it didn't go good with the little girl, but it was a sexual encounter, maybe when his cousin or whatever male molested him or did whatever they did to him, maybe that turned him on. Because now he's in another sexual encounter. And at that age, okay, the question is, do you know you're supposed to have sex with a female or a male? I don't know. Who knows? He might have got dealt with by the young boy and got turned on by the shit. About time Bam made it, men turned them on and not women's. We don't know. But this is the type of shit that he should be sitting down with his therapist talking about. This the shit he should be talking about with his therapist. But now if you gonna come on YouTube and as Black Dot said, let us be your therapist and analyze you, nigga, you gotta sit on the couch and tell us what really happened, nigga. Did the encounter with men turn you on more than the encounter with ladies? See, if I analyze like you say, and you tell, as you told the story, your wife went down on you and you went limp, and she like, oh, you messing with other women, and you go tell her, nah, I'm thinking about Bambata, then nigga, that's an indicator that I ain't never been molested by a man, none of that shit. But I can tell you as a man, heterosexual man that love that power you. I mean, the damn they got killed for it a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? That if a woman is going down on me or she naked in front of me, I'm not thinking about no nigga. I'm not thinking about no nigga. My eyes is on the prize, my nigga. My mind is fully into her and what we about to do. Ain't no nigga finna jump up in my head. But hey, once again, I never had no sexual encounter with a nigga. Multiple encounters with a nigga where a nigga can jump up in my head. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it is. Other brothers been victims of Bambata allegedly and stuff, and they said they done had the same situation. So I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I'm not analyzing all of them. I'm analyzing Hassan's situation. And like I said, if you was sitting on my couch and I was your psychiatrist or whatever fuck, your head strength, your doctor or whatever, then I would be like, well, why were you thinking about Bambata, son? And then you tell me and I'd be like, I would have to go into my medical books and shit and try to figure out what the fuck wrong with you. That you got a voluptuous woman. Hey, well, let's bring this up to another point. Okay. I'm telling y'all. See, I fuck around, be out here all night, but we ain't gonna do that. The battery gonna run out. So here's another question for you, Hassan. When did you start having children? When did you have your first girlfriend? Did you have a girlfriend and you still letting Bambata fuck with you while you was 17? About to be 18? Cause you say, well, you know, I got locked up and left my son and my children out here. So did you have them children when you was teens? Like 17? Because we know you didn't make no child at 18. We know you didn't make no child at 19 or maybe even 20 because you're supposed to have been locked up for a couple years. So when did you start having your children? When did you start having sexual relationship with women? Were your only sexual encounters with Bambata from 13 to pretty much 18? This all plays into the psyche of this brother and his sexual orientation and everything else. And then think about it. The nigga said he was so scarred he couldn't even change his babies and stuff. Why? Because, like you said, you used to touch children when you was younger. That's what the sister in your chat said that day. You tried to say, and then you tried to explain, yeah, when I was a kid, I touched kids. You know, kids do that. No, not where I come from. 13 and 14, I was grabbing grown ass women's ass. I was trying to sleep with grown ups because I had watched the movies and I seen a grown woman body. I didn't see no babies. I seen a grown woman with grown body parts. That's what I was looking for. What I seen on the tapes? Grown women with developed body parts. I'm feeling on those little kids. Now, like I said, down here, 16, 17, 15, 16, 17. Hey, we was playing hide, go get it. But 15, 16, 17 down here, we all knew what was going on. Niggas was trying to have sex. You know what I'm saying? We all knew what it was at that age. That's why at the same time, people say that about you, Hassan. That you 15, 16, 17, going on 18, you telling me you don't know by now? If you don't know by now, then you would never, ever, ever, ever. You're stuck in that never, ever, ever, ever. You didn't know by then what it was and how it really supposed to go down. Then we understand why you mentally, psychologically fucked up. Because you hadn't had any sexual relationship with a woman from 13 to pretty much 18. Now, if you did, okay, you having sex with women now and you letting Bambata go down on you. How this shit work? When did your psyche say, look, nigga, I'm fucking women now. I'm getting pussy now. You can't be sucking on my dick. When do that shit kick in, my nigga? Because I'm telling you, I got the audio where you was like, Star X, you go listen to the two Hassan Campbell videos and you will find it. I don't know which one. If it's the first or the second. Star ain't closed them motherfuckers off yet. If you go listen, Star asks you, so when did this stop? And he was like, around 18, right before I went to jail. That nigga didn't say 15 and stop, 16 and stop, 17 and stop. He said around 18 when he went to jail. If he hadn't went to jail, Bambata would have never stopped. It would have never been a lapse in the shit. Why? Because he was comfortable with it. If you wasn't comfortable with it, if you sleeping and it's something in the bed and you didn't know it and it's poking you in the side and you uncomfortable, you're going to wake your ass up again, get that shit away from you so you can be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? If you sitting up and somebody poking you, basically, let's get to it. If you uncomfortable with something, eventually you're going to stop that shit. Look, man, I'm uncomfortable with this shit. I want this shit to go on no more. Fuck it, nigga. We either going to fight or you going to end up dead or something. But you can't keep putting me in this position where I'm uncomfortable. It's your will or my will. Something gonna have to give. So everybody want to know what the breaking point was, Hassan. You gonna sell it to us? Do we have to wait for the Lifetime movie or something? What the fuck? We gotta wait. What you gotta wait for old girl to shoot a documentary just on her son? Or for you to get some people to bag you and come out with stung like bee sting? Well, shit, you need to go into production, my nigga, because we ready to buy it, nigga. You ready to get this capitalistic dollar off of what happened to you? We ready to pay you, nigga, because I really want to know when the shit stopped. Because like I said, from the audio I heard, you said around the time you was 18 and went to jail. Only jail could keep you in Bambata, who you had Stockholm Syndrome, away from each other. But after jail, he took you shopping and you joined the Zulu Nation again, knowing what the Zulu Nation did to you, knowing what going to Ahmed Henderson office / Bambata house did to you. You went right back and joined them and say, these are my brothers. And put them anal beads on and represent it for your sexual partner, the one you had sexual encounters with multiple times from 12, 13 to pretty much 18. You went back to that nigga, threw up his devil horns, represented, bodyguard him and other people and stuff. My nigga, my nigga, my nigga. Your story ain't gonna never be right. It ain't gonna never turn out right. It ain't gonna never sound good, Hassan. I mean, you got to do some big time shit. You got to take down Bambaataa. You got to do some big time shit for the ending of your story or your life or your fucking obituary and shit to sound good. Nigga, the end of your life and the day they put your ass in the casket, there's gonna be some people to love you to death. But it's gonna be some people who be like, man, that nigga was fucked up and he did some fucked up shit and he never got that shit right in his life. That's how your life gonna end, nigga. That's gonna be your story. That's gonna be your legacy, nigga. And all your children gonna have to live with that shit. Who you say your father was? That nigga? It don't look good for you, man. You gotta take down Bambaataa. You gotta do some historical shit now. Nigga, you gotta run up in a flaming building. You gotta push a kid out in front of a car and get hit by it or something, or get shot or something. I mean, my nigga, nigga, you gotta save a cat out of a tree or something. You gotta do something, nigga. Because your shit just ain't gonna be right no more, my nigga. You ought to go whoop Star ass for introducing you to the internet. Did he tell you like he tell that boy, I'm gonna make you a superstar? You gotta worry about it. Hey, nigga, you gonna be, you remember what he told the boy, right? When he was looking for the boy, he was like, you can come out of hiding, nigga, I'm gonna make you a superstar. I'm gonna do all these things for you. Did he sell you that shit too, son? Well, you need to go whoop Star ass, because Star got your ass on this internet, left you on this internet, Woodside, nothing in the conscious community, nigga, and look where you at now. Ooh, I'll whoop Star ass in the morning if he would have did me like that. You could get Bam, nigga. You better go get Star. You the black Andrew Cunanan. Find Star Chambers and fuck him up, nigga. I mean, you could change your story. Like I said, all you gotta do is go do some other dramatic shit. And when they get through telling your story, they'll be like, well, he had a rocket life and then people fucked him over and stuff, and he fucked Star up. You can change your story anytime you want, nigga. Or you can say he snapped and killed Satanada. But nigga, the only way this shit gonna end right and sound right in your legacy, the story or legacy of Hassan Campbell, is anything. Let's see, what's the term? I'm not as smart and I can't speak like you, Hassan. I have to think sometime. Let me see, what's the term? Nigga, for a miraculous recovery from the shit that you done been through in life, you gonna have to do something special, nigga. You gonna have to do something special. I don't know what it is. God gonna have to bless you and give you a miracle to change your life and your story, nigga. And if you said he anointed you to do some great shit and everything, nigga, you need to get about that business. You need to get about your father business if he your father. Now, if that other nigga your father, you know what I'm saying? Then it seems you been about his business all your life. You know what I'm saying? We talking about that genius. If he's your father, you've been about his business. But if the other one your father, you need to start getting about your father business, because you've been fucking up, boy. You've been doing some terrible shit in your life. You're a terrible father. As I said, for you to pull that move and put your daughter on that camera after you talk that shit to Tommy Sotomayor and shit, nigga, you's a bitch ass nigga. And when niggas see you in the street, they need to whoop your ass for exploiting your child like that, nigga. If they didn't think about it, nigga, I'm telling them now, you exploited your child that day. You put that child on that camera and tried to say, well, let's see if niggas that dirty that they'll talk about my daughter. You was a no good motherfucker for that. You a no good parent. They ought to come take your fucking children from you. For real. For real, for real. For real, for real. They ought to come take your motherfucking children from you, nigga. Because you's a bastard for that. If you hadn't fucked up any in your life, I'm telling you now, as a man that had plenty of his children killed or hid away from him, that you's a fucking no good father for exploiting your child that fucking day you put that girl on that camera. Knowing that you got enemies and you think this enemy was gonna do some sick shit like that, and you tried to pull it, you's a sick ass bastard. That's what I'm gonna do about it. I'm gonna tell you, you fucked up if you thought I was gonna fall for some shit like that. You's, we gonna end it on that note. Anybody that don't feel that, if you don't feel that, then you's a sick ass bastard if you don't call him out on that. Trying to exploit this child that goddamn day. We done seen Polite do it. We done seen Tommy do it. We done seen Sarnetta do it. We done seen other people do it. But that's a special case right there with Hassan. And y'all know that.